This is a Sports Catastrophe production. Hey there, Heather Ho there. It's Jeff Cutter Diving. Welcome you to another Sports Catastrophe birthday boy. And the birthday boy for today, August the 2nd, is a current Boston Celtic. He signed with the Celtics this past year. He's known for being one of the most power forward centers of all time. He was powerful with the New York Knicks, and then got dealt to a few teams. So now he's with the Celtics now, and he'll wear number 8 with the Celtics, which is kind of awkward. But I mean, no Boston legend has worn number 8. I know the Celtics have retired a lot of numbers, but not number 8. His name is Cutastrophe Porzingis, who turns 28 today. So Porzingis played basketball at age 6. His older brother Giannis would take him to off-season training sessions because Giannis played in Europe. He would play in youth competitions in Latvia and Sevilla in the Spanish league wanted him in. Porzingis was 6'8" and weighed 157 pounds. Porzingis actually would be suffering from anemia, meaning he had fewer red blood cells. He would cause fatigue, shortness of breath, and inability to exercise. But he improved his game. In addition to his medical problems, Porzingis couldn't pick up the Spanish language. But due to his health, he was often sleepy, so, that's what happened. Porzingis would go to the youth system for Sevilla and had a few years. So Sevilla did his job and all that. Porzingis would do his job, and after a few years with the Sevilla squad, would declare himself eligible for the 2014 NBA draft. Many teams wanted to scout him and all that. So anyway, Oklahoma State and Orlando were thinking of taking him in the draft. Unfortunately, though, the day before the draft, he actually withdrew his name. And his agent said that he didn't feel prepared. He wanted to develop his skills and all that. Guess he wasn't ready yet. Fortunately, though, he went back to Sevilla. And he did enter the 2015 NBA draft. People thought he would be a top 5 pick. The Lakers were ready to, draft him with the number 2 pick. And was compared with Pau Gasol and Dirk Nowitzki. Positively and negatively with Darko Milicic because, he was a massive bust coming out of Europe. The 2015 NBA draft came. And Minnesota had the number 1 pick. And that pick was Karl-Anthony Towns from Kentucky. The Lakers were on the clock, and they decided not to go with Porzingis, but to go with D'Angelo Russell, point guard from Ohio State. Philly went with center Jahlil Okafor from Duke. But Porzingis went number 4 to the Knicks, but the Knicks fans booed him mercilessly. But he failed to change the fans' opinions about him. The Knicks would actually trade for Porzingis' Sevilla teammate Willie Hernangomez. The Sixers drafted him, but the Knicks wanted him. So Porzingis signed his rookie contract, put up 16 points in his NBA debut. It looked okay. He was a rising star and all that. Playing 72 games for the Knicks in 2016. Missed the last 7 because of a right shoulder strain. And would finish second in NBA voting, Rookie of the Year voting behind Karl-Anthony Towns. Porzingis had some great years with the Knicks and all that. He put up 300 points through the first 10 games of the next season in 2017, breaking Bernard King's record. He would be named an Eastern All-Star reserve. Unfortunately, though, he tore his left ACL in February 2018, and the Knicks lost more than Porzingis. They lost their talent. The Knicks actually decided against signing Porzingis to a rookie extension, which meant they had $10 million in cap space to play with. Porzingis would not play for the Knicks to start the 2018-19 season because he was hurt. So the Knicks decided to do something about it. After meeting with the Knicks franchise leaders with the impression that he wanted to be traded, Porzingis was then dealt from New York alongside Trey Burke, Courtney Lee, and Tim Hardaway Jr. to the Dallas Mavericks for DeAndre Jordan, Wesley Matthews, Dennis Smith Jr., a 2021 first-round pick, in addition to a top 10 protected 2023 first-round pick. He, of course, would sit out the 2019 season because of his injury and would sign a 5-year, $158 million contract with the Mavericks. He would do quite well for them and all that. Porzingis would play his first playoff games in the bubble because of COVID-19 and all that. Dallas would lose to the Clippers in 6. Worst of all, Porzingis would have a lateral meniscus tear. He had surgery and missed the first 9 games of the 2020-21 season. He was only allowed to play 21 minutes and got 16 points. And Porzingis would not play back-to-back games because of his injury. So anyway, Porzingis actually averaged more than 20 points per game for the second time with the Mavericks in 2021. Which was weird because only Mark Aguirre, Rolando Blackman, Luka Doncic, Michael Finley, and Dirk Nowitzki had done so. However, Porzingis' numbers would drop in the first round of the playoffs. And the Mavericks would lose to the Clippers in 7 games. But fans would actually be mad at his subpar performance, calling him Pandemic P. And all that. Porzingis was actually disgruntled because he would be relegated to a decoy or 3-point spacing threat. Rumors were that Porzingis was going to leave Dallas. Anyway, Jason Kidd would actually be named head coach for the team. And the fact of the matter is, that was Porzingis' 6th head coach in 7 NBA seasons. Scored 11 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 blocks. Porzingis tried his best and all that. Dallas would then trade Porzingis to Washington for Spencer Dinwiddie and Davis Bertans. So he played his first game as a Wizard in March 2022, scoring 25 points. Unfortunately, the Wizards missed the playoffs. Porzingis would score 41 points in a game for the Wizards in the 2022-23 season against the Timberwolves. But the Wizards just haven't done anything. Washington decided to rebuild and all that, as they traded him to Boston in a 3-team deal that sent Marcus Smart to Memphis and Tyus Jones to Washington. Boston got the 25th pick in the 2023 draft and a protected first-round pick by Golden State. Washington would get Daniel Gallinari, Mike Muscala, and a second-round pick from Boston, pick 35. Porzingis will wear number 8 for Boston only because his number 6 can't be worn because, well, A, it was retired for Bill Russell when he was with the Celtics, and B, now it's league-wide, which is fueling the fact that either 8 or 24 will probably be retired league-wide for Kobe Bryant. I mean, 23 is not even retired league-wide for Michael Jordan, although Michael Jordan kind of did burn some bridges. With the Latvian national team, he tried his best and all of that. Latvia will be going to the 2023 Basketball World Cup, so he'll be trying to help his country do well. Latvia, you can't really think of them as basketball as a basketball nation. More so for hockey, in my mind. Anyway, with New York, Dallas, and Washington in 7 seasons, he's put up 402 games, 19.6 points per game, with 7.9 rebounds. So injuries have plagued him. He's been to the playoffs twice with Dallas, but that's it. And he hasn't got out of the first round. So he needs to do something about that. Anyway. It's hard to believe. You know, Porzingis was named the Latvian Rising Star of the Year in 2015. He was actually accused of rape by a woman and all of that. Unfortunately, the accuser's extortionate demands ruined that, and basically Porzingis was cleared. I think Porzingis didn't do it in the first place, so yeah, the woman just wanted money and all that. That's just bad. All that you just put money over your own personal health. But anyway, Porzingis should do well for Boston. We can only hope. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.